set this up really quickly. You guys didn't notice. I got a green screen. If the music is too loud, let me know. But it should be fine. I'm hoping. Alright. There we go. We'll wait a little bit of time. We'll do a necro run until people start coming in. If you guys are watching on YouTube, just skip forward like 30 seconds. Maybe like a minute. But today, we are going to discuss TOA team building, and basically TOA is resetting in about a week. So I'm preparing for that TOA rush, not only for normal but also for hard mode, and then I think a lot of people are trying to clear TOA for the first time so that they can get it done before TOA refreshes or resets, etc. So today is going to be an eventful day. I think it's going to be a fairly long stream since we have to go over both normal mode and hard mode. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we just gotta wait a little bit for people to come in. It always takes a few minutes, but okay. So, what is one of the main things that you gotta realize, right? Because when we're talking about TOA team building, we're not just talking about some normal farmable team. I mean, you gotta use what you got, right? So, using what you got. That's the main key thing. So I'll go over like a variety of teams that you can use, not just a specific farmable one, because maybe you don't need to build a farmable one. If you've got Jasoon, why do you need to build up some farmable comp like Shannon, or if you got some other thing like Theomars, which is technically farmable, why would you need to bring in like Sigmaris or do the Sigmaris fusion? It just wouldn't make sense, right? So, give it a second. I think for the first like 10 minutes or so, I'll take requests for specific floors, and then we'll go over teams. Let's see, what are we gonna get here? All right. Let's use one wing. Oh, we got hit. Buff. Easy win. Hell yeah. Alright, after this we'll take some requests. Chill. Jesus. I hate Violent Kumar so much with passion. Alright, we're gonna kill that Ariel so it doesn't heal. Oh, did we really miss a crit? No. Alright, well, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. Let's get rid of the Kumar. Alright, check this out. Do that. Bye-bye, Kumar. Alright. Now we need to buff removal. Alright, sorry.
Auto emergency braking with pedestrian detection.
Oh god.
The 2017 Hyundai Elantra.
Freaking ads. There, I think the music might be better. Oh, come on. Oh, what? Did we really just miss that? Oh, no. Alright, so, honestly, I was thinking, I don't know, a lot of people have been saying, I think a lot of the streamers that come on, or a lot of people that watch me on stream, tend to be the ones that also watch me on Twitch. So maybe eventually down the road I will switch over to Twitch. But I don't know, this has just been easier for me, especially since I upload it to YouTube afterwards. So I'll take a poll later on or something, or I'll ask you guys, because I think a lot of people would prefer Twitch or something. Maybe it's easier, but I don't know. I feel like a lot more people watch me here. So alright, since it takes a few minutes for people to start pouring in and whatnot, I'll take some requests for floors, and we'll just chat and chill. So if you guys, I mean, if you're stuck on floor 80, floor 80 was what, Chiwu? I mean, that's not that bad. So Chiwu, right? I was just testing things earlier. Okay, so Chiwu, I guess it depends on what you got. So if you got like Beretta, Veramos, if you got Belladion, and then Bernard, which are like the most basic units, you could, you know, for the fourth one, it depends on what you have. So if you, let's say, I'm looking at one of these other farmable units, sorry. God, what's another farmable unit? Or easy to obtain unit? I mean, I guess something like Theomar's, right? Or Chloe? I mean, you could even throw in Chloe. TUA hard 10? Oh, come on. Okay, so, I mean, Chloe you probably wouldn't bring on this stage. So, I guess I'll, like, tell you, like, the main basics of it, on how you want to beat it. And we'll just auto to there. And then, yeah. If you can't beat, you should be able to beat TOA hard 10. TOA hard 10 is like the same as like TOA normal 20. It really is. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to beat TOA hard 10. What's on TOA hard 10? Should be pretty much the same exact thing. Alright, so this is gonna take forever. I'm gonna just bring a fast team and then I'll tell you what you have to do. This type of team you could seriously bring. It would be pretty much the exact same thing. So I'm gonna put in a really fast team and just try to get there so I can move along. Actually, we'll do Lucian. So I just want to get there fast. Oh yeah, I didn't bring Siak. My damage on Lucian's gonna be awful. We didn't get that right one, or the left one. Alright. We'll just auto it. Screw it. It's pretty much the same thing. Whoa, okay, lots of requests. A lot of TOA hard, too. Are you guys, like, a lot of you stuck on TOA hard? Is that it? Alright, so here's the general consensus. If you are on TOA normal, and you're having troubles, it is 99.9% your runes. The team that you have to bring for TOA normal, it's pretty much like anything, right? So for Chiwu stage, which is like, it can be difficult because of like all of the buffs, the main focus here is just, I feel like, is just to make sure that Megan doesn't buff, or that if Megan buffs and you have something like Belladion, you just take away the Megan buff from Chiwu. Because Chiwu can actually do quite a bit of damage, right? But like, if you notice here, he's pretty squishy. Like, a 9k hit takes him probably to around 6 or 7% of his health down. So that's pretty weak. That's pretty weak. You could hit that with Sigmaris and drop like a fly. So that'd be pretty. But Chiwu, just try to make the Megans not buff, and that's basically the general thing. You know, but let's see. The 2-turn cooldown on Chiwu Strip is nasty. Yeah, it can be. Well, actually, is it on a 2-turn cooldown? Because Chiwu is on, let's see, 5 turns. It probably goes down to 4 turns, and then the TOA hard pass or the TOA passive takes it down to 3 turns. So it's actually like a 3-turn cooldown, right? So that's generally what it's more like. And then normal ragdoll. Okay, ragdoll stage is a little bit different, right? I know, Asp. I got a new green screen. Yeah, I might do Twitch streaming tonight, or Twitch. Sorry, Twitch. I might do Twitch streaming tonight and just do TOE. Or I mean, sorry, just do Guild Wars. But I just don't want to do that on YouTube because I don't want that to be going into my channel afterwards because it's just a long ass stream. So I'll probably switch over to Twitch later tonight and then just stream Guild Wars. Oh yeah, I think we just went over. Oh no, that's 80. Oh yeah, the Artamiel stage. Artamiel stage. Yeah. Alright, so if you guys are honestly stuck on a stage, oh wow, it doesn't reset in a week, it resets in 3 days. Whoa, what the hell? Since when? 3 days? What? Whoa, 3 days? That's so soon. Since when? Okay, if you guys are stuck on TOA normal, here's a basic team that you can do, okay? Just any normal stage. Here's the basic team. You guys should already have these monsters built for dungeons, okay? Beretta, Bella, Dion, or even Veramos type thing like right there. Okay, Bernard should be built for GB10. You should have Beretta ready for like Dragon's B10. Annie's Fusion, which is super easy. Veramos should be built already for GB10. You should have Bella Dion built for GB10. And then one more monster. I could honestly use something like Darien for, you know, reduced damage. My Darien is lacking on slot on slot 4. I just switched it out for Rift. But you could do Darien, you could do Shannon, which I don't have. So let's pretend some monsters Shannon, like, you know, Chloe, since it's kind of similar skill sets, more or less, just 2 buff on the 3rd skill. So some type of buffer, you could do Shannon or Darien for the reduced damage. You could even do something like Spectra. My Spectra is like really poorly ruined for world boss, I guess. You could even use Chasun if you have got Chasun. Ariel is a healer, any type of healer. If you built Colleen, you can use Colleen. Mav if you built Mav. Thrain if you built Thrain, I guess. But a lot of these monsters are just filling in an extra support role. So let's just assume that we use Darien, especially since his runes are down a little bit. So watch. And you'll just notice that, like, most of this, I know you're going to say that the runes are a lot better on this account than someone that's struggling on TOA, which is totally understandable, but at the same time, this team will work even if you have mediocre runes. For a very long time, even on stage 100, this team will work. I think if you take out Darien and replace it with someone else, like Spectra, it'll work better. But why build Spectra if you farmed Aria Halahira? Right? Yeah, my Twitch name is my YouTube name. I might start streaming there from now on. I'll make an announcement sometime this midweek for the next stream. But I might just start streaming over there because it's more convenient. I might have to actually record on OBS now because my green screen isn't working with this new like software that I'm using. It's not working. It's so weird. So yeah, Arya, you should have farmed Aria Halahira. If you didn't, then I'm sorry. You weren't good enough to farm it, or you already have her. That's the only excuses for not farming the Aria Halahira. That's about it. Hey, what up, Childish Plays? What up? Welcome, man. I'm gonna just be doing some team building for a little bit for people that need it, since TOA is resetting in 3 days. I didn't even know it was resetting in 3 days. So this is normal, okay? This team works, believe me. If you're having HP problems, put in Veramos if like leader, and then if you're having trouble with like Beretta, you can actually use Beretta leader. I'm sorry, speed. If you need the speed leader because you don't have enough speed, but Bernard should be enough to compensate for low speed. You could do speed HP setup on Swift, and it'd be pretty good setup. So you notice that it's going pretty fast. Ignoring runes, because you look at the runes and it's like my team is barely taking damage. So for a team that does have lower runes, you'd be taking about half of your HP down before you heal fully up. So it's a pretty easy setup for a farmable team. If you have units that you can replace with like, you know, like Chasun or Ariel and stuff like that, really easy. But yeah, I mean, you guys get the gist of it. So as you get higher into the stages like TOA 90, you might need to have a faster setup. If you got Vertihill, obviously use them, right? I'm still re-runing my Vertihill. I want to do attack on slot 6. So like speed crit rate attack, and then enchant gem some stuff in there. And ooh yeah, what up? Okay, so sick, Childish. I mean, if you got your new setup, man, that's awesome. I got my green screen in and I'm loving it. I want to do these for videos, and I got this giant ass light also set up. So all right, TOA normal, pretty easy setup. If you're stuck on 93. I would suggest something similar to like this setup, but honestly, you're gonna need a little bit of extra something. You're not gonna be able to use this type of team, right? You're gonna have to bring in something like Spectra if you have Spectra Aria. You could even, if you got Chasun for extra healing, it's just hard to deal with the ragdolls and everything like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in Aria. Because I've got my Arya really well ruined. Like, take a look at those stats. I think I might have one of the best Aryas on the server, and that's just because no one really runes her incredible. Yeah. Nice. Alright, so I'll do one run on 93. Just to show you really quickly. And I'll probably show you a TOA hard team, even though I did a full rundown guide of TOA hard. But I can show you just to kind of explain it, since it's probably easier for me to explain and answer questions. But if you guys haven't watched the video yet, I highly suggest you go and watch the video where I explain the difference between an auto team in TOA hard mode and then a kind of like a no healer comp, where you just make the enemy not move at all whatsoever. So you might need a little bit better stats for the stage. You'll probably need to manually do it so that you can make use of Arya or whatever, you know, second CC monster you got. But this is the general idea behind it. You bring in someone that can slow down the enemies, and Arya is just kind of like a little bit extra. If you're stuck on anything below stage 60 on normal, it's 100% your runes. 100%. It's your runes. It's not the monsters, it's your runes. Okay? It is your runes. You can use your Giants B10 team to carry you super far, but it is your runes. So get your runes built up. You need to build your runes, and then you'll start seeing progression in TOA. My farmer field account is like level 35, level 36, and farming Giants B10, and he can get up to like around 60. So if you're stuck, it's completely runes. Do I have kick? No, I've got line. If you guys know what line is, it's like the same thing as kick. So it's just the same line idea as just Reefy if you got questions too. But try not to be too reliant on it, because I like people to kind of start making decisions on their own. I'll put you on the right path. I don't want to spoon feed all of the information, because that can be kind of harmful. You know, if people get reliant on this type of stuff, it's not a good thing. Alright, so one of the general things that you want to do here is now you'll actually want to start manually doing it if you're autoing. you'll manually put this on, so then that way you can have your skills ready for the next stage. Okay? So we'll go ahead and heal up, and then we'll just hit this guy down. That way we have our skills saved, and then we should be going into this ready. Alright, so I like to go for the wind one first, because all of those light ones are going to go like crazy. You see that? How they all went? Crazy, because they all increase the attack bar every time you get a crit. And that can be really scary. So what you want to do is you want to start seeing which ones are about to move. Try to CC them like that. Boom. Did I not really, I really did not land any of that third skill? That's crazy. Put on the attack brake where necessary. Sleep if you have to. I generally try to make it so that the enemies do not move. More than 4 of the enemies do not move at one time. Otherwise, you're going to be taking a lot of damage. So you see how there's only like 2 moving at the same time type thing? Oh, well, now there's a lot that are about to move. Alright. So I'm going to start hitting down this left one. Try to make it so that there's less of them. Alright, so if that black one, or that left one is pretty close. Alright, so boom. There we go. So now we can CC, more dots, and then more stuns. I might lose Belladon. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose Belladon. That's alright, we don't need any more heals. It is a tough stage, I'll give you guys that. It is a tough stage. But this general team, and then here's one thing that you guys need to keep in mind. If you are about to kill one of them, you see how this guy's on the left side? Just start going crazy. Because if they use that second skill while they're below 30% HP, they'll ignore defense and they will one-shot you. Even on tier 8 normal, they will one-shot you. And they all do it. Even the wind one does it. So that's why it's pretty scary. So I'm gonna actually leave that right one, and then we'll sleep this left one. Boom. So now that right one, really close to dying. We're just gonna do that, and then let's go ahead and stun Leo. Boom. I'm sorry, sleep. And then sleep him again. I think that right one should die. Actually, we're gonna do this. Boom. Now they should die. Oh, you see that? You see that? Second skill. Ignore defense. Bye bye Arya. But now they're dead. So, I mean, it might take a couple tries. I do have, you know, runes that are higher up there. So, it's just kind of like one of those things that you might have to manually do and try a few times. Sometimes, if you don't have, like, incredible runes, you might have to try it a few times. When do I suggest starting TOA? You should always do TOA. You should always do TOA, okay? And then just get as high as you can, and then only focus on TOA, I would say, after you've got Giant Speed 10 down on lock, like really strong lock, and even then, don't even work on TOA units until you're in TOA hard. So you've already cleared TOA normal, and then that's when you start focusing units into TOA hard. Because you can clear TOA normal with pretty much anything. If you don't have Arya, you should have Shannon built up. I don't have Shannon built up. You could even use Shannon in place of this. It's the same thing. You got slowness, you've got your own defense buff to mitigate the damage, just like how Arya brings glancing hit. So pretty much the same exact kit. And then Shannon also puts on glancing hit on her first skill, so she's actually probably a little bit better in this case, for the most part, on manual mode. So yeah, definitely Shannon's a great job. All right, but yeah, you basically just bring in some type of unit to make sure they don't move too much. That's why I brought Arya, mainly for the slowness. So if you have Shannon, that'll work too. And you should, because it's Giant Speed 10. But you don't need to necessarily have her 6-star, right? You could have her 5-star and it'll work just the same. Alright. So, like I was saying, TOA normal teams, you can basically use just your regular, you know, Giants and Dragons units to clear it. So it's seriously like pretty easy. It's a pretty solid team. Just Beretta, Vero, Bella, Dion type combo. You don't even need Bernard in there. You could just put in any other type of attack gauge. You will, yeah, definitely Glory Buildings are a big thing too. If you guys didn't know this, Glory Buildings actually do contribute with TOA. So yeah, you do need, and then my Glory Buildings are almost maxed too. So that also contributes a bit as well. So yeah, my Ancient Sword and Crystal Altar are getting up there. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do this one next. So, alright. So TOA hard. I actually was helping Obi-Wanubi clearing a few stages. I helped him through stage 80 because stage 80 is it's actually rather difficult. If you guys get stuck, or if you're just starting in TOA hard, I would suggest trying out a no healer type comp. So if you're stuck on like 56 or something like this, try a no healer comp. Actually, it might not work with a no healer. You could probably do it with a Beladion type healer. If you have Vertihil, I would actually not bring him on the stage. I'd probably bring something more like this. This might work. Actually, this might work. It might. Let's think for a second. Let's try it. Let's try it. This should work. Actually, this should work. If you have Arya, we'll just auto this actually. But I'm fairly certain that it'll work. And if you have your Beretta on Despair too, that's even better. Mine's on Violent, just for faster runs. So, no. Arya is a Hall of Hero unit. So Arya is actually a really easy monster to get. Well, she was, because she was a Hall of Heroes. If you didn't get her from the Hall of Heroes, that's your fault. Either you were too low in rank to do it, like you just couldn't do it because you didn't have the strong monsters. But if you chose on your own will not to get Arya, and you don't have her, that's your fault. That is absolutely your fault. She was the best option that day. You should have got her. Because she's so good. She's so good. That's why I ruined her so well. And I got her on Despair Revenge. Despair Revenge. And I absolutely love her. She is, I think she's got like about just under 30k HP, around 1300 defense, and 85 accuracy, and then 180 speed. So I need to replace her slot 1. Her accuracy will go down a little bit, but her HP will go way up there. Her speed's going to go up some more, her defense is going to go up, and that should actually help quite a bit. And it'll remove all of the crit rate I have on her. I've got 19% crit rate. It'll go back down to 14 or 15 once I remove that slot 1 for something that doesn't have any crit rate, which is perfect for these kinds of stages. Joltani reflects the damage when you get crit on, so that's why you don't want to crit, and that's why I have really low crit rate on my TOA units. Mainly Beretta and Arya here. The rest of them, not really, because those are completely different. I don't use them. Another thing is my Veramos is not on Violent. I have him set up for some weird Nemesis type build. Double Nemesis Will, you guys have heard of it? Actually, it was set up that way a long time ago, before I got Vanessa, for Arena. So this will even be better for you because it's more CC, because it's a 3-turn cooldown on the second skill. You'll get Violent procs if you have it on Violent, which means, of course, more stuns for you. But yeah, everyone should have gotten it. Did I farm the Light Period? Of course. You always gotta farm. Always farm at least one of every Hall of Heroes that you can possibly do. It's free, right? You just gotta waste a little bit of energy, and you get your Hall of Hero unit. I suggested it because there's units that I didn't get, or there's units that I didn't get in the past, like Arya, but the first time around, and I regretted it. So I always get it now. And on top, so what happened then is I got Diaz, and no one used him. I was like, I'm gonna just save him. I'm not gonna summon him because I have the pieces to. Rift came about, and they're like, wow, he's gonna be incredible for this. And what do you know? I got Diaz front line. That's what you do. You save them. You never know if they're gonna be useful later on. But I don't think Light Period is something that I'll ever use. I don't think she's actually that good. She's kind of like a worse Escher. Because Escher at least brings a pretty decent second skill for healing and speed buff. He also brings in, I feel like a heal block is actually kind of nice for healing comps in Guild Wars. And that third skill on Escher is based on HP. So it's easier to make that work than Eva. I don't think Eva is particularly good, just because she's so squishy and it's kind of hard to use her. So I think Escher is a better option. And Escher is probably easier to get to, since he's only a 3-star. So, in this case, Beladion's kind of screwed either way, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to try to CC. Actually, we're probably going to lose Beladion. Alright. And this is TOA, so don't think like, oh, you know, it's just going to be easy because it's a low stage. I mean, it's TOA hard. So you have to actually be careful with this. I think now that we lost our healer, we might actually have a little bit of trouble here. You could even use a no move comp actually, but you would need low crit rate. You would need low crit rate. So I would not touch Joltan at all. Oh, that's rough. Yeah. Actually, I don't even think we'll be able to pass it this time around. This is a pretty rough stage. What I brought against it was my autoing comp with Chasun. I don't think Beladion is actually enough of a healer. So you might need a stronger comp, or you might need a no-moving type comp, or like Vertihil. Yeah. So, looking at this, I think what you're going to really need is you're going to need to bring some type of composition to make sure that you don't take too much damage. So, Beladion is probably not as strong enough as a healer. And my Beladion is not even fully maxed in runes, so that's also a big contributing factor. Whereas my Chasun, definitely, right? Definitely maxed in runes. So Chasun would be a better option for me. If you don't have Chasun, and you're stuck on 56 hard mode, I might suggest building a no moving type comp. You know, you could use like, I would probably suggest against Vertihil. If you do build something like, let's say Thrain, that would even be better option than Beretta, because Beretta is actually doesn't do any like hits, right? The second skill doesn't hit the enemy at all. You could do bomb comps as well, but bombs, as you get higher up in TOA hard mode, don't do as much damage, which is actually why I don't like using bombs. I feel like it just takes a little bit longer time, and they're on higher cooldown for the most part. See, like 5 turns, that goes down to 4 turns. Whereas if you bring something like, let's say Thrain, it's 3 turns. So, oh wait, I need to max my Thrain's runes too. Ooh, and TOA is resetting soon too. So yeah, we're gonna have to max our Thrain's runes for sure. So if you're stuck on 56 hard, or 57 hard, or one of these dark stages, because that's actually the dark stages, right? Oh no, that's a different one. But the dark stages, like Joltan, the Yetis, even stuff I believe with like the Martial Cats, the dark Martial Cats, you can actually bring in no moving type comps, but you just got to make sure that you do it proper. Some CC units that you can actually run. Why are we getting hit so much? Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. So for no moving type comps, you're gonna need a type of stunner. Okay, you're gonna need someone to do CC. So let's see. Let's look at some farmable CC units. Veramos. Veramos is probably the best farmable CC unit. I actually think that is actually the case. I think the only other option... Yeah, I don't think there is actually any other options. I think Shannon and Arya, those are the only two. If you got Vertihil, you can use actually Woonhawk. If you got Woonhawk, the Dark Taoist, who's a 3-star dark monster, so that's pretty relatively easy to get over time. You can, if you don't have Woonhawk, you can actually use the water counterpart. Pretty similar build, but it's a 4-star. Probably easier to get from regular. It's easier to get because you can get it from regular scrolls, but it's a 4-star, so you do need lightning from that. So you can build these types of monsters because 3 turns for this, and it actually makes the enemies pretty much not move at all, which is pretty nice. But I prefer the dark one. I think the dark one is better overall for this type of CC build. But yeah, he's actually not too bad. I honestly, at this point, I would actually advise against Spectra. I would not build Spectra. Where's Spectra? Where's Spectra? I would not build Spectra because Spectra's no longer needed. If you have Arya, there is no need for Arya. I'm sorry. There's no need for Spectra because Arya replaces Spectra in every PvE area, And DB10, you don't need Spectra. Spectra's actually kind of unreliable for DB10. And you know, you've got other things like Tark that a lot of people are building for speedruns. So Spectra for sure. I would not build Spectra anymore. I don't think that Spectra would be useful as much. The second skill, you can argue, is actually pretty helpful for boss stages in TOA hard. But at the same time, there's other units now that are going to be having these types of HP based skills. So including Sigmaris. Actually, a lot of people are like, yeah, Sigmaris, you only use it in PvP or Guild Wars. But a lot of people have used Sigmaris with this third one, where it's based on the HP. They've used it in TOA hard, and they're like, this third skill is actually really nice. It decreases the attack power. You can freeze the enemy on the second skill, and you can stun the enemy on the first skill. Sigmaris is actually a really good unit for boss stages, which is crazy. I would have never guessed that. It's crazy. So Sigmaris is actually a pretty decent monster for boss stages, if you guys have never actually thought of it. But let me, one sec. So if you don't have Arya because you're too low level, yeah, then you could build Spectra or Shannon in that case. But you know, if you really just started and you never really got Arya, I would just hold off on TOA for now then, because you probably won't ever build her. Well, I mean, you will probably never summon Arya, and if you don't have the monsters to farm the Arya Holo when it was out, then you probably don't have the monsters to clear TOA yet. So, I mean, you missed out big time if you didn't get Arya. Alright, so for like the lower level players, that was pretty, you know, those are some units that are easier to get and stuff like that. If you guys are wondering, if you guys are higher level players and you haven't cleared TOA hard mode, this is for you. Listen up. I'm just picking a random stage, just a random stage. Okay? This is actually what you can run, and this is actually a relatively easy team to get. Like, it's two 4-stars. That's it. Arya, you should have farmed already if you're actually this high up in TOA hard mode. Mav, easy to get. Beretta, fusible. Arya, Hollow Heroes. Chasun and Briand, just wait for them to appear in stones. Did I lower his crit rate? I did. Oh man, I need to max these runes. Jesus. Okay. So this team right here will actually auto the majority of TOA hard. You can even use Basalt. You can even use Basalt in TOA hard for your no moving comp. And he brings healing. So instead of Beladion in that team, in that like stage I was at, you could even bring Basalt, and that would actually have been better, because he also brings Provoke. But this team right here, this team will auto the majority of TOA hard. It's crazy. Even against bomber teams. Oh man, this is a bomber team. That's actually not good. Bomber teams, like debuff teams, is actually what it's weak against. I picked a bad stage. Ew. This is not good. We'll see. We'll see if it pounds through it. If it doesn't, then this is actually what it's weak against. Just a fair warning. Bombs can actually be quite annoying. So let's see. All right. I think one bomb should be going off here. Maybe they're just derping like crazy. Oh well. All right. Time to read some comments. Should you 6-star Beretta? You should if you're already farming Giant Speed 10 and you need to get I guess a decent kick into Dragon Speed 10. But yeah, okay, so that's actually okay. So look, you notice how 85 is bombs. So you know bombs actually kind of scary. What you can do is replace Arya with Veramos and then run it. So I didn't know bombs were on this stage. So you can actually run Veramos in place. Violent Veramos would have been better, honestly, but I don't have a Violent Veramos, so just run just Veramos. In any place that has a ton of debuffs or like bombs, you put in Veramos. That's the general consensus. But yeah, if I would have known bombs were on this stage, I would not have brought Arya. You need some type of buff removal, or I mean debuff removal, like cleanser. So watch right here, boom. Go for it, boom, cleanse that bomb. Oh yeah. if you didn't get skills for Arya, just get some. Just wait until you get what you call it, 4-star fodder, so you could get like a Kia, which is actually fusible. You can actually fuse for skill ups, which is probably something for higher level players. Okay. Then you can also get like the water and the wind counterparts, which are generally not ideal units, and you can just feed them into Arya. So that actually works too. So I mean, you guys see how like you just switch out one unit, and then boom, it's actually working pretty nicely. I mean, yeah, you'll probably need decent runes, but I mean, my Veramos isn't even runed that well. And this is how you auto the higher stages. This is the general team. The general team is someone to apply dots. Zyros would be a better option than Beretta. You can even use Thrain. Or even Rika. Rika is actually a very good TOA hard monster, because she slows and she puts on dots and she stuns and she does sleep on the first skill with violent procs. She's crazy. Then you have someone to damage mitigation. So like Briand would be perfect. If you don't have Briand, that kind of sucks. You should try to get him, but you can also do someone with like defense buff. So Shannon would be pretty good here. She slows him down too. Then you have some type of healer. Beladion will not work as a healer. You need something bigger. You need something like Chasun or Ariel. You could even maybe use Emma, but that's pushing it, and that won't auto up in the high stages. It will not. And then Mav to kind of speed everyone up as well as reduce the cooldown times. He's kind of irreplaceable as well. I don't know. I don't think you could use Jamire. But then, and then you bring some type of CC unit. So Veramos, Arya, Varad, Poseidon, Hathor, those types of units, right? So that works as well. Last month, my best was 2A50 normal, but this month I couldn't. Help me, pretty please. Okay, so you guys get the general idea though of the auto team, right? That's the general auto team. So if you're stuck on 50 normal, it means your runes. It's your runes. I think it's Wunsa. Okay, it's completely 100% your runes. 100% your runes. Okay. If you can't complete 50 or higher, or like 60 or lower, if you can't complete 1 to 60 TOA normal, you have to upgrade your runes. You need to get better runes. That's the whole deal. You can pretty much bring anything in here, as long as you have Beladion, and you'll clear it. Like, I'll show you. My Beladion is poorly ruined anyways. Okay? So, what was the other monster I brought? We'll bring in Darien. This might take a little bit of time. I don't want to waste too many times just doing specific, In 3 days, I'm doing TOA Rush. So, come watch me there. Because I'm going to be doing TOA Rush. And that will probably be pretty fun to do. And if my Fedora, I don't think Fedora is something you should build, because there's just so many options now. Oh, actually, whoa. Hello. Actually, I should be good to heal. Yeah, okay. That defense break gets me nervous sometimes, but I forget that it's 2A normal. 2A hard 54. That the cats... Yeah, exactly what I was talking about. Those dark martial cats will really screw you up. It's the dark stages. There's really not much you can do up against the dark stages other than trying to bring in CC, plenty of CC. If you're gonna crit on someone, do it on the Julianne. But see, now with Julianne's recent buff, the light vampire, he can't die. He can only die, I think, through dots. He might be able to die, and if you kill everyone else, and that's about it. So I think that's all you can really do. Yeah. But TOA Rush is going to be in 3 days. I'm doing straight through and through. We're going for top 50 normal. I don't really do much on top 50. I auto. If you want to get like top 10, you have to manually do it because it's just faster, because you don't screw up on the skill AI. Oh. So you don't skill up on the skill AI, you don't screw up on it, and that's why I usually don't get top 10, top 20 or whatever, and that's just because I don't like to manually do it. But TOA hard mode, we are going all out for the top 10. I've actually 6-starred a few units for TOA hard this time around, and I re-runed everything, so I need to spend these next couple days upgrading all of those runes to max. So that's actually what we're going to be doing tonight when I switch over to Twitch. So TOA normal 50. The general thing on TOA normal 50, if you're having trouble, is you fix your runes. If you don't have the runes for it, you're not going to pass it. Assuming you have the runes, I'm going to go ahead and take a hit from Wunsa, and I'll show you why it's the runes, okay? So just watch this, okay? Reduce the damage also on some of these units when they're doing their thing. So this is like all HP based damage. The Sylphids, it's HP based damage, and the Wunsa, HP based damage. There's nothing you can do to reduce it, really, other than having higher HP. If you could even put Veramos leader, but just having, you know, attack break on some of these units, just in general, will help you. So let's just let Wunsa move, and so you can watch. Look how much damage he took from me, okay? And that's because I upgrade my runes. If you can't do it where they don't one-shot you, then you're going to need to make a no-moving comp. But even then, if you can't do this, that's too early for you. It's too early for you to make a no-healer type comp. It's just way too early. You won't have the speed for it, you won't have the runes for it, you won't have the damage for it. But I mean, this is the basic thing. So let's go ahead and let the Sylphid go. Let's see what the Sylphid does. Okay, we'll actually lower the speed. Come on. Ready? Dark Twister. Let's see what this Dark Sylphid's gonna do. She's gonna take HP from Beladion. Nope. Why isn't... Did she already do it? Did she already use her skills? I can't tell. Let's let her do it again. So we will not kill Wunsa, so then we can observe as well. Let's actually speed it up a little bit. And then you can also make sure that Wunsa doesn't move by using Beretta's second skill, just because he will heal fully. He will. It's kind of annoying, but it just kind of happens that way. So let's see. Inhale thing, right? Go, Sylphid, go. Do it. Do it. Oh, she didn't do it. Why isn't she doing it? Alright, let's just try it one more time. We'll kill the other Beast Monks, right? Because those are kind of annoying. Alright. Alright, we're slowing it down so that we can watch. Alright, I think they're gonna go. Yep, use your... Oh, why aren't you guys using your third skill? But you guys get the idea. I think the Wunsa actually takes more than the Sylphids. You're essentially, you're just gonna try to have enough HP to survive it. You can do HP leader skill from Veramos. It's not difficult. It's your runes. It's your runes, okay? So upgrade your runes if you're stuck on 50, and you should have no problem whatsoever. Okay, you can even, I think they'll end up using their third skill here, and you can observe it, but it's all your runes, right? In TOA, is it best to have a speed leader? I have the Wind Dragon, should I have him as leader? For the most part, right? For the most part, you'll want a speed leader. Sometimes you'll want HP leader. If it's something like a Leo stage, like on 99, well, 99 hard mode, which is next month's 99 normal mode, or if it's something like 93 with Leo, then you'll want HP leader. You don't want Beretta. Okay, you'll want to switch these. Okay? So that's just kind of like the basic thing, because you won't need speed. The speed won't affect you. You'll probably be faster than all of them anyways, and then the attack gauges will all increase at the exact same time, or at the exact same amount. That's how, you know, Leo basically works. So speed still counts for Leo, but just only for the attack order, and then the rest, all of the attack gauges will increase like if they were at Leo speed. That's kind of how it works. A lot of people asking about TOA 70. Okay. Okay. Alright, so if you guys are stuck on TOA 70, if you're stuck on TOA 70, Artamiel is a difficult one, okay? What are some units you guys have? Oh, thank you, Childish. Thanks, man. I think I messaged you online. I think you already got it. I think you already responded. But on the July 2nd, we're doing some summons. And I've got, so far I've got Dude, I've got Desperado. Or they said they were, Dude said that those two would love, both of them would be honored to join us on July 2nd for Summons. So they should be joining us on Discord. Desperado and Dude, if you guys don't know, those are the CompTOS employees that stream as well. I'd love to have Childish on here as well, but I think he might be busy doing some other stuff. But that'd be awesome. Thank you, Childish. Childish Plays has a YouTube channel, if you guys don't know, and he's been doing incredible work as well. I actually watch some of his for advice because he brings on really high-level players. I think he's around the same level as I am, but he also brings on high-level players like #1 players like Scaphetus or other high-ranked players like JK. And then he talks with them about strategies and stuff. So check him out, by the way. Really, really awesome dude. So, alright. So back to Artamiel. If you're stuck on Artamiel, it's mainly because Artamiel is just revenging, right? Revenging is going to kill you. So Veramos is going to help you kind of mitigate, like, or at least stun them, so you don't get a ton of damage coming in, because if you get hit by all of them at once, the Monkey Kings are going to stun you, the Yetis are going to buff, and I think they also cleanse, which is kind of annoying, and then Artamiel will revenge every crit. So Bella Dion will be there for the heals, mostly. Veramos there. Like, see, I've got a weird-ass build on Veramos, and it's not even good runes either. But I think we can make it work. And then if you have anything else, use it. I'm going to go ahead and bring in something like Mav. I think I might bring in Mav. Actually, no, I'm not going to bring in Mav. Let's bring in Arya. If you guys, you could use Spectra, or you could use in Shannon. Shannon would be a better option. Okay? So, I'll bring in this team, and it'll be a little bit weird, but if you can't get to the boss stage, then you won't be ready for the boss stage. If you have to be able to get to the boss stage, okay, to be able to actually clear it for this team, because the boss stage is significantly harder than any of these pre-stages. Okay? I use Colleen, Veramos, Beretta, Bernard, and Bella, with Bernard and Colleen only 5-star. Yes, you can actually do that. If you don't have Colleen, you don't need Colleen for the stage necessarily if you have high enough stats. And that's mainly because Colleen, am I wrong that she is there for the attack buff and the heal mainly? I mean, Bernard brings a 2-turn attack break and defense break on his second skill. So you don't need Colleen for the attack break really. You can do it with Bernard. It's just a little bit slower and probably a little bit less consistent. But what you can do is replace Colleen with something like Darien, because it's kind of the same thing. Even though it's less heals, he would still reduce the damage. I'm bringing in Arya to slow everyone down, and then that would work as well. But I can't even kill the Junos on 100 normal. That means you're putting too many debuffs on them. Just put on defense break and nuke them. That's the general idea behind it, okay? So if you're having trouble with the Junos, you just can't put debuffs on them. You just gotta, oh, I can't use my Arya's 3rd skill, and you gotta hold off. Or, oh, I can't attack him with Chasun, or I can't attack him with someone like Veramos because he's gonna put on dots. I gotta put in someone else. That's the whole thing, okay? To put attack break, so yeah, I mean a sub for Chasun. Well, I wouldn't say that Colleen is a sub for Chasun, because Chasun brings healing that you can't match on any level. I think the only possible heal that matches it is Ariel, and I still don't think Ariel is actually not a replacement for Chasun in most cases, because Chasun not only heals, the healings are pretty much equal, but Chasun also steals attack bars. So she can fully heal herself, but steal the attack bar from her unit or your friendly unit. So she'll match the attack bar. So if you have your ally unit that you're doing the recovery with, and it's full attack bar, Chasun will also get a full attack bar. So it's not like a violent proc. It's not violent procking. It's just stealing the attack bar so you get your turn more quickly. And that's why Chasuns always seem to violent proc after their heal. It's not that they're violent procking, it's that they're stealing the attack bar and they're just moving really fast, right? So what you're going to do here, if you have Chasun, obviously use Chasun. But you're going to try to make it so that the Yetis don't move. That's the whole thing. So I'm going to try to kill the Yetis first. I want to make sure that the Yetis don't move. So let's see if we can stun them. We actually didn't get stun on them. Alright, that's actually bad. So let's put on some attack break on the monkeys. So they're the ones that will do the damage. So they don't cleanse. Alright, so they don't cleanse. They increase the attack bar. We also can put on this, like that, to slow them down. Let's see. And then we got Belladion. So what Belladion's going to do is we're actually going to remove the buff. Well, we got resisted there, which sucks. But, boom, put him to sleep. Well, is that stunned? Is that guy stunned? No, he's not. So, yeah. But, I mean, if you get kind of the idea, it's kind of hard to show it because I've, you know, with runes, I don't have the runes that that other people have that are stuck on the stage, obviously, because it's just the difference in runes. If you have plenty of CC, you can get away with Belladion as a healer, but I think the main idea is just try to make sure that the Yetis don't buff. If they do, then try to just make sure that these Monkey Kings don't hit you. That's a big problem. And then I would take out the Yetis as well. Like, just take out the Yetis. So I'll go for the left Yeti. And glancing hit is incredible too. Glancing hit from Ahri is awesome. If you have Shannon, glancing hit would be awesome. So let me pull this up. When is the giveaway? The giveaway is going to be after TOA Rush. I'll do it after that. I'm going to do it in video format. I'm not going to do it on stream. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to have to make some kind of announcement, like, to calm everyone down. Because everyone seems to think they're that 1% chance. It's like a 1 in 1,000 chance. If you don't win, it costs you nothing. The whole giveaway costs you nothing. It's free. You just comment to enter. So when someone doesn't win and they freak out and they're like, dislike all my videos, it's like, dude, chill. Like, it costs you nothing to enter the giveaway. If you win, that's awesome. If you don't win, just relax. Like, it's not the end of the world. You have your own account, right? It's crazy. Like, people just freak out when they don't win. It's a 1 in 1,000 chance. You have a higher chance of pulling a nat 5 from one scroll than winning, unless you're one of those cheaters and make multiple accounts, which is just really scumbaggy. The next time I come across someone like that, I'm writing down all of their accounts and I'm completely banning them from future giveaways. I need to come up with a system to check for multiple accounts connected to Google+. And I will. So if you made multiple accounts and you commented with multiple accounts, you better watch out, because I'm coming for you. So yeah, just don't let the Yetis buff. Don't let the Monkey Kings hit you. If the Yetis do buff, try to take the attack power away from the Monkey Kings, and then you should be fine. The Ariel won't really do much damage to you. It's the Monkey Kings. Those Monkey Kings defense break you. If they don't defense break you, then you're not going to be taking that much damage. How would I rune win CM Burger? Okay, well, remember what we talked about? Remember what we talked about? How if you have... Wow, what the hell? Oh, come on. That's not fair. Really? Pontos and Artamiel? Come on. Oh. Alright, well, remember what we were talking about with Sea Emperors? With buff removals, like strippers, if it does damage and stuff like that, then you're going to want to remove. Huh? Let's keep it English, please. I don't know what he's saying. But I put him in timeout. Okay, so what channel is a summon session in July? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I currently have about 6 scrolls. Yeah. Yeah, definitely danger. Definitely. For sure. But you need the stats for it too. So the channel hasn't been decided yet. When I do the account giveaway, I'm going to announce everything, including the time that it's going to be on. I'm going to send out all of the Discord information to streamer and YouTubers that are participating. Currently, we have like 7, I think. including a lot of less popular YouTube and streamers. But we'll have them on here as well, and we'll definitely give them, like, you know, a boost and views and stuff like that. Like, hey, go check these guys out and whatnot. So stay tuned for that. I only got 6 scrolls, but I'm gonna hopefully have this legend scroll finished and this light and dark, at least 2 of them finished by the time we go into it. Save up your scrolls. It's gonna be an awesome thing. Okay, save up your scrolls for the July 2nd. It's gonna be on every server. So, well, 3 servers: Asia, Global, and Europe. Those 3 servers are where the sub-in session is. They'll all be in the same channel, and we'll all have an alt in each one watching, just making sure. And I'll have probably someone else watch the other servers as well. So, Global, Asia, Europe, and then yeah. So that'll be awesome to do. Okay, save up your scrolls. Seriously, it's gonna be awesome. I mean, we have Dude and Desperado joining us too. So don't miss out. If you miss out, I mean, you're missing out on like a once in a lifetime type thing. Because this summit session is not going to happen for at least like another year or something like that. Maybe we'll do one in November, but that's in like a half a year. That's in 6 months, right? So I'm just saying, don't miss out, because we're going to have some special guest star appearances. July 2nd. But I think I'm gonna move over to Twitch and then stream there, make it more casual, and it won't be uploaded to YouTube. So if you guys want to come follow me on Twitch, I'm gonna stream there in like 5 minutes. Okay? Wait, can you guys see that? You guys should be able to see that. You guys should be able to see that. Alright. Just in case you guys didn't get it already. So, I'll be streaming there. You should be able to see it. If you can't see it, I'm sorry. But twitch.tv/Reefy, I'm going to be streaming there, and we're going to do some Guild Wars tonight and some Arena Wings. So, alright. I'll see you guys over there. And peace out.